Hey guys, what's up? My name is Shedonica, and you are listening to the Shut the Fuck Up and Move in Silence podcast. Guys, today, I really don't have a title so far, but tonight we're just gonna yap a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you guys long. Um, my iPad died and I didn't care to even charge it up. Like I just let it die. But yeah, I wanted to catch up with you guys based on last week for the people in the back. You guys know last week somebody broke into my shop and sold some things or whatever. So the update on that is I was able to get my window fixed. Okay. So my window got fixed like a couple days later and I had to do like redesigns on my decals, like, you know, but I will say this though. What I'm learning at this time of my life is that, when you are a person that has like a free spirit and you understand the importance of like free will and stuff like that, there will be some people who will try to control you. And when they can't control you, they betray you. Okay. Um, and I'm learning that. I'm just to think back like man, there's so many people that I had to release because a lot of people do not understand the importance of having genuine connections. And it's not my job to teach grown people how to handle certain connections that would, could either be beneficial to their life in some type of way or whatever. So yeah. But I came to conclusions at this point in my life that, I just don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what people gotta say about anything anymore, For so long, I used to try to spare a lot of people feelings and, hold back on what I really want to say, things like that. But I reached a point in my life where I just don't give a fuck no more. Cause even when I was holding back and I wasn't speaking my truth and I was just letting things fly, and holding things in. It seemed like it started to get worse. Like, but it's like now, when I speak on things, it created a lot of triggers for most, especially the doers. But it's like it don't matter, You need to fix your behavior. You need to stop being childish. Like you need to grow the fuck up. Like a lot of these people get to an age where they it's I mean after a certain age you really need to be like, okay, I need to get like I need to learn better skill sets, like I need to work on personal development. Like at a certain age, you need to be working on ways to improve yourself, improve your life. Like you shouldn't be thinking the same way. You shouldn't be thinking how you were thinking. Really, every year is like you should be growing. Like, every year you should be getting better. That's the goal to life. Like every year you need to be improving on something. You need to be growing from a past flaw that you had. You need to be growing, and I'm noticing that a lot of people do not take growth serious, and they shun upon the people who believe in growth. They shun upon the people who want to grow and who gets better and who take growth serious. We not supposed to stay the same, y'all. You know that, right? Like you supposed to grow. You supposed to develop. You supposed to make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and apply the lessons that you learned. You don't supposed to make the mistake again, make the mistake again, and never learn from the mistake. That's just that's pure disobedience. Like you disobeying the law of the universe, the law of your life, the law of your attraction, you know? So I just feel like, a lot of people really need to understand the importance of growth, you know? And I just reflect back on, when I was a teenager and then when I started the marketing company, when I was working for that marketing company, every day we did impact. Morning impact is where it's a bunch of reps in a room, and we preparing for the day, we preparing for the field. So basically what we used to do is we used to pump up, we used to listen to high vibrating music. We back then, the popular music was, I think, what was it, Pharrell, I'm happy. Oh my god, my mentor Ricky Malone fucking wore that song out until we couldn't hear it no more. I'm Happy by Pharrell, 24 Carats by Bruno Mars, like stuff like that, like high frequency music that's going to pump you up and keep you in a good vibe. I feel like a lot of people listen to certain type of music, and a lot of people don't understand like how frequencies and energies work and how it will affect you and your mood. That's why nowadays I mainly listen to a lot of Afro beats because I like high frequency music, and Afro beats is high frequency music. And then when I feel like I want to chill, I want to just vibe, I'll listen to like some 90s R&B or some early 2000s R&B and B and stuff like that. But it's very seldom I will listen to like some new music. It's very seldom, like very heavy on a very seldom. If I'm listening to some new music, it could be like on my Pandora playlist or something like that. But taking heed of like personal development is important, especially if you somebody who have goals. Now if you don't have goals and you don't want to grow and you want to stay surface level, then fine. But if you really trying to improve, if you really trying to get your life where you want it to be, you really trying to like do what's necessary, and you gonna do what it take. You gonna do what it take to become the person that you need to become, so you can be able to obtain the things that you want to obtain. you know um I just think I think back and I reflect on myself a lot because I'm growing myself, and I've been growing. My entire 20s consisted of me getting better than I was the day before. Um and a lot of people met me in different seasons of my life. So a lot of people have different reviews of me. Some people met me when I was younger. I was young and I was fun. Some people met me when I was going through a season of transition where I wasn't as fun and vibrant. I was too busy thinking about my next step and what I'm going to do and how I can make this better, and so on and so forth. So, you know, even when I was in those seasons, I always thought my main focus was, how could I get better? How can I improve? You know, when I was going through my transitional season, I was reading a lot of books, and one of the books that I really liked the most was this book by Jewel Tankhart. That's her name, Jewel Tankhart. It's called the damn, what is it called? It's something with millionaires. What I'm gonna do when I finish up this episode, on my next episode I'm gonna bring it in so you guys can see, so you guys can go pick it up. I got the book from Barnes and Noble, and man, that book is so beautiful. It's a beautiful book. It talk about how important it is for a woman to have her own bag, basically. And not only financially, we talking about appreciative assets. We talking about real estate. We talking about Airbnb property. We talking about gold and silver. We talking about gold and silver. I'm sorry. We talking about Bitcoin investments. We talking about just investing your money into things that's going to bring ROI into your life. That's a return on investments. You want to be able to make money in your sleep. And one thing that book teaches you is how to structure what type of investments you need to make and things like that. Um, and another thing, when it comes to business etiquette, I noticed that a lot of people have businesses but do not have the knowledge behind business. And I'm not saying that, you know, you have to know how to run a business when you start your business, because A lot of people go to school for business, but that's not how you're really going to learn business. You won't learn business until you actually start the business and you go through the process, because it is a process. It is. It's not just going to be grand open and you're going to have customers left and right. No, you have to build your way up to that. It is a funnel, it is a structure. Um, when I was going through my hardest times in my business, man, you talking about how people like real life, man, people disrespected me when they thought I lost, when they thought I was losing, you know. But when I was going through my hard times, it was because I chose to start over. It wasn't because I failed, no. But as a business owner, I know what I'm doing. On the outside looking in, it looked like I failed because I'm starting over and things were looking a lot more challenging on my side. But to me, it was more like, okay, I know I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to make sure I do this, I got to do this, but I got to keep this coming in so I can make, like, you know, my mind is like a calculator, so I'm strategically mapping out how I need to build this so so it can develop how I needed to develop. But on the outside looking in, you know, people was thinking that I failed. People was thinking like, oh, well, this is it for her. She's losing it. And it's like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not. I'm just starting over. I'm just starting over. But it showed me how a lot of people don't understand business, and a lot of people think that business is a constant state. Like, you know, they think it's constant, and they when they see you down, they think it's over for you. But then that just made it, I just thought about something. I'm like, well, if people think when you have a slow period that you're down, that means they plan on your downfall. You know, but that's a topic for another story. But a lot of people don't have an understanding of business and how it works and the type of mindset you have to have when you have a business. It's a certain mindset that you have to have when running a business, especially when you somebody who's like booked constantly. You know, you a high roller. You know, you think outside the box. Like, you know, you a star seed. It's a certain type of mindset that you have to have. Now, everything is not going to be perfect, because I know for me, me being who I am, like, so for the people who don't know, I'm a loctician, lock extension specialist. My salon specializes in all things locks. So that means I do human hair lock extensions, lock reattachments, wigs, pretty much anything pertaining to locks and starting your lock journey. So my biggest issue is timing. I I be late. You know, I'm late. I'm late. I've always been like that. Um but I've gotten better at how I communicate my tardiness. So if I was late, you know, I'll contact you probably an hour in advance to let you know, hey, I'm going to be late or something like that or whatever. But not making up excuses on behind it, but I struggle with lateness because, you know, most of the time I be up all night. And when I'm up all night, you know, I'm either working on content or I'm working on an assignment or I'm studying, or like, hell, just winding down. It's just a lot. I'm doing a lot. Okay, I do a lot. So it's just a lot, you know. And I'm currently working on I'm finishing up the final touches of this project that I'm working on that may help me cut off some time to where I can be able to go to bed earlier and I can be able to delegate some tasks. So so yeah, that's my issue. But on the outside looking in, people think, oh, she irresponsible. Oh, she isn't in the third. Oh, she isn't in the third. And it's not that at all. It's just, hey, I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. Like, you know, I'm doing the best I can, but I'm still growing. Like, you know, and the only reason it's not a bad thing for me, it's not hindering me, is because of the mindset that I have. I still show up and do what I need to do. You know, I still show up and perform well. I still show up and give my clients what they need, what they want, what they desire. I'm still professional. I'm not I don't, you know, like, you know, so it's like that's the only dilemma that I have as a business owner. So, saying this to say, it's all about mindset. It's all about mindset and how you show up for yourself when it comes to business etiquette, but it's like you have to, what am I trying to say? It's like you have to be willing to become the person that you need to become for you to be able to receive the things that you want to receive, especially when it comes to your goals and things like that. Um I was looking at this video on TikTok, and it was by a reverend, and he said how people like to judge people, right? And people judge people when they were dealt different cards than what they were dealt with. And he was saying how he even quoted a scripture is in my notes. My iPad dead. I can't give you guys the exact scripture, but I will note it. So in the next episode, I will be able to give you guys the scripture that he quoted. But he was like, yeah, people like to project certain type of assumptions on people, and just judge a person by what they look like, judging a book by its cover, and not understanding that that person did what they had to do to get to the level that they're at. And it just made me think about myself. Like, so a lot of people don't know, but I have like a lot of support, but I don't have inner circle support. Yeah, my family, they support me, but like it's not what it's not what a lot of people who have that level of support may have. The cards that I was dealt was a little different, right? I'm the first in my family to do a lot of things. So that's a lot of weight on my shoulders. And it comes with a lot of mental strength that you have to be that person. I can't be weak. I can't be I can't be none of that, because I have a lot of weight on my shoulder. And it's crazy because a lot of people, they what did he say? It's like he was like, damn, y'all, I wish I it's gonna come to me now. It's gonna come to me. He was like, they judge you they judge you at your destination, not knowing the things that you had to go through to get to that destination. Oh my God. Basically, but that's just me paraphrasing it. But yeah, like people don't know. Like, not saying that I had to go through a lot, because honestly, when it comes to my business and how my business became what it is today, that was just me doing what I love to do. Like when I first started doing hair again, the guy that I was dating at that time, he had locks, his brother had locks, his friends, and I was just doing the neighborhood hair. Basically, I didn't think that I would be like, viral. I didn't think none of that stuff. So man, I started doing they hair, and then shit, I just was like, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just take this to the next level. I'm good at marketing. I'm good with customer service. You know, I'm good with people. So let's just take it to the next level. Let me challenge myself, right? And shit, I started coming up with names, and I got on Vistaprint, and I created me some cards, and I started passing them motherfuckers out at the casino, because I worked at the hotel front desk at the casino. And I started servicing people hair. Now I started to take off when um I think, well, it was 2019, I believe, because I started doing hair, I think, 2018. 2019 is when I took off. So I had my first trip in Cairo, Georgia, for doing human hair lock extensions. So I went viral on Facebook doing human hair lock extensions. And shit, I went viral, and I had my first trip in Cairo, Georgia. And then after Cairo, Georgia, I went to Chicago. Two people requested me in Chicago. Okay. And then I started going to Chicago every 3 to 6 months. But I ended up registering in barber school so I can get my barber license so I can be compliant. And Hell yeah, barber school. Me and my instructor had a talk. She was like, quit your job. I said, hell no. Thought about it, quit my job. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, once I quit working for the man, I quit my job. Y'all, that's when my career took off. So it was fated for me to do this. This is my ministry. Everybody ministry is different. Okay. Everybody ministry is different. But before I started doing hair, okay, I was doing marketing. Okay. Well, before I started doing hair, I was in Houston. And I for a couple months I did call center, but before the call center, I was doing marketing. I had to do call center because the Bell palsy thing in my face or whatever, so I had to switch, fields or whatever. And then I jumped into doing hair. But before then, it was just me working. Like, it was me working. It was me um just working all my life, well, from the time that I was able to get a job, I had my first job at 16. From the time I started working, I just been working. I like to work. I like to keep myself busy. I like to stay occupied, and I like nice stuff. So like I like to invest into myself. Like, so I never really had a bad life, but I didn't have that connection like a lot of people. Like a lot of people they have family events and, they family actually support them. They family come to they like graduations and, they have that love, they have that family, they have that support in their corner. I didn't have that. Like, and it took a lot mentally for me to keep going. So I had to go through a lot of therapy to align myself. And that was a lot of shadow work. That was a lot of journaling. That was a lot of getting in tune. That was a lot of like learning a lot about myself and understanding myself because didn't nobody really believe in me when I told them that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, or didn't nobody really see my potential because people thought I was ditzy. They thought I was just like in la la land all the time, not knowing that I was a star seed, not knowing that I had a vision, not knowing that I'm working towards something. And if I had the right people in my corner, I can really take this shit to the next level because I have the knowledge. But a lot of people viewed me as a little girl and not seeing me as the visionary that I was. So I had to disconnect myself from everybody and I had to put everything that I was thinking into action without telling nobody what I was doing. So it got to the point where I had to cut off my friends. I had to cut off my family. I had to cut everybody off who didn't believe in me because mentally what they will do to you, it will drain you. It will drain you when you have people in your corner who don't believe in you. That's why you see me, when you see me, I'm by myself. You see me by myself because I'm an empath. So I consume energy from a lot of people, unintentionally. And I'm a seer, so I see people for who they are. Like I can see you. So it's like I try to avoid being around people to avoid conflict. Not saying that I can't get along well with other people because I can get along with with a lot of people. It's just I'm sorry. I can get along with people well. It's just when people have bad intentions in my presence, I feel it and I can pick up on it, and then it causes conflict or whatever because I'll be having to make certain decisions when it comes to stuff like that. Oh my God, I got the collard green arms. It's time for me to really like get, yeah, 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 I got collard green arms. This guy named Jay Lewis, y'all, he was my favorite classmate when I was in barber school. And one day, one day he said, one day he told me I had collard green arms, and this was before I really had the collard green arms. So basically, what the collard green arms mean is that one auntie who can cook real good, and she got that little dent. Oh, no, sorry, she got that dent right there in her arm, like right there. So so ever since I just been I've been using it. So I be like, oh shit, I got the collard green arms and shit. But yeah, that shit was so funny. It was funny as hell when I first heard it. Like collard green arms, nigga, really? That's my boy though. But yeah, y'all. Um, yeah, it was a little difficult not having people who really believed in me. So shit, I believe in myself. Like I know whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it because I know my work ethic. I know I have the drive. Okay, like I mean, I have the energy. Like I'm gonna make that shit happen. And I was always one of those people who connected myself to like high vibrational people. I've always put myself in rooms with other people who were like minded. Like I gotta be around people who think like me. I gotta be around people who think on a higher level. Because I like to be challenged. Like, a I just like people that challenge me, that challenges my intellect, in a safe way. You got people who will challenge you, but challenge you out of like jealousy and curiosity. I like people to challenge me based on like my intellect and like what I know and things like that because that helps me grow as a person. So basically, I just like to be around other people that like to grow. Going back to personal development, like you have to you really when you want to do something positive with your life, you really have to cut off the negativity. Like it's not up for discussion. Like you cannot be around people who don't believe in you. You can't be. It's not gonna. You won't get far. Trust me, you won't get far, and you are who you hang around. That is a true saying. I used to try to digest that saying. You know, you are who you hang around because I used to be like, oh no, I'm not like them, but shit, I was still doing the same thing they was doing. Even though mentally I wasn't like them, shit, but we were still doing the same thing. So, hey, you know, hold on, y'all. I need a swig. Damn, I know y'all hear me swallow. That's crazy. Yeah, my best friend, I remember when we were teenagers and I used to drink around her and they'll be quiet as fuck. She'll be like, damn, girl, damn, throat goat. Y'all, heck yeah. Heck yeah. I hate that I didn't have no title, but it's been a bit like I've been busy week this week. Like it's been a busy week, y'all. I really just been working and planning and stuff like that, just, getting everything together. But, I made a vow. I see the results behind this podcast. Like, I'm not gonna give up on my podcast. That's definitely not gonna happen. I love the fact that, I can just talk to you guys. Like, that's what I desire to do. And I love the goal is to create a neurodivergent community of other neurodivergent entrepreneurs. Did y'all know that 80% of entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs in this world, are neurodivergent? They're either dyslexic, ADHD, autistic, and or they have like Asperger or something like that. But did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Yeah, that's why you got to do your research. Yeah, 80%. That's a large number, huh? That's a large number. That's a large number. I will tell y'all this though. You're gonna have a lot of people who will try to make you feel crazy as fuck when you believe in what you're doing. If you have a plan, you need to be so delusional about that shit. Like, let me tell you something. My friends will tell you, Shedonica is crazy. She believe in herself. My friends used to think I was delusional as fuck because I used to be like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, if you do this, do you know how much money you can make? Like, I realized I used to try to convince people to start businesses. Like, y'all, I was that friend. Like, they used to be like, girl, stop, cut it out, chill. It's like, y'all, all we gotta do. Literally, I'll never forget. My whole girl, she had a little event. She had everybody over there, and then everybody high and stuff like that. And then my ass, they had this little phone on the table. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, damn, I wonder can I find this on Alibaba? And if I find it on Alibaba, how many I can get in one bulk? Like shit. Yo, we can real life start a phone company. They was like, girl, they looking at me like, sis, here, get the blunt. Like, calm down. I was like, no, for real, y'all, we really can. All we gotta do, hey, when somebody say all we gotta do, hey, well, nah, because usually when somebody say all we gotta do, that means they're about to get you into some shit that you don't need to be in. But when somebody saying all we gotta do and it's positive, shit, I'ma listen. Cause what we gotta do, what's the plan? How? Shit, all of us put our mind together. Be crazy. Yeah, I used to be one of those people who wanted to include everybody in my wins and stuff like that. But when I started to win and I saw how the people that I love didn't didn't support the win, that hurt me a lot, you know, and it made me want to distance from them too. I will say that. Because me, I'm very supportive when it comes to anything, anybody. I'm there for you because I understand how I feel not to have nobody in your corner. And you know, anything, I was there for my friends, you know, just genuinely supporting them in their corner, rooting for them, helping them out with like, whatever it is that they needed, just being a assistance to them. I didn't get the same in return, you know. So that was kind of like an eye opener for me. Like, hell no, shit. If you ain't helping me, I ain't helping you. So that's why now I'll be like, shit, if you ain't adding value to my life, I don't want it. That's why I'm like that today. Cause I'm like, nah, I used to help people out a lot and I used to be there for people and I never really got the same in return. So it created that, oh no, mm-mm. If you ain't, you gotta go. So extra. So extra. But it's the truth. Shit. If you ain't adding to me, no, you're not getting none of this sacred energy. Not none of this good energy. Because people like to drain people of their energy. Y'all, I did not understand. Back then, I did not understand how valuable having good energy was until I started to see motherfuckers just come around me for my energy. Some people would like to use you for your energy because you have good vibes. You are high vibrating. People never had nobody like you in their life. Motherfuckers will milk you for your energy and then discard you. For real. Then when they miss your energy, they gonna hit you up, suck some of that energy again, get fuel up, and then discard you again until they need your energy again. So then, shit, that's when I became straight. I was like, oh hell no, oh no, mm-mm. You ain't getting none of this good energy for free. Nah, baby, stay away from me. Stay away from me now. Don't come near me. So now yeah, I'm hella strict nowadays. Like I don't play. Like I don't play, and I'm really proud of myself though because y'all. When I tell y'all I'm strict, I don't play. Like I'm so solo. Like I don't want nothing if it don't make sense. If it's not adding to my life, if it's not like supporting me, or if it's not genuine. I don't want it because like I'm a solid person. Like I'm somebody you need. Like, and I ain't trying to, I ain't being arrogant. Fuck that. I don't care. I've been humble too long. I'm somebody you need. Like I'm somebody you need in your corner. And to fumble somebody like me out of like ignorance is so amazing to me. But I can't really say I'm trying to change the view that I have on situations like that because it's like, okay, what am I trying to say? It's like a situation where What if hold on. It's like a situation where people got to go through lessons in their life to learn. And sometimes you need people to leave your life for you to understand how valuable that person was to your life. Or you need people in your life to challenge you in a way that would, even though when the challenge is presented to you, it could be disruptive, it could be irritating to you, it can trigger you a lot. But if it's triggering you in a way of frustrating you, then that means it's something that you needed to experience to change your perspective, if you get what I'm saying. Because there's been plenty of times where I've been triggered by something, but it triggered me to become aware of the trigger and for me to fix that and to heal that, if you guys get what I'm saying, if you guys catch what I'm dropping. So, yeah. So, I'm trying to change how I view that because sometimes I could be like, oh, I hate when people do this, I hate when people do that, but not knowing, forgetting, correction, that people only understand life from their reference point. People only understand life from the way they view life. So I can't get mad at somebody because they don't see life how I view it, because I view life in a different perspective. So yeah, I'm trying. I'm still growing. And I'm not perfect either. I'm still growing. Like I'm still learning, like, but I've learned enough to be the person that I am today. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of like how much I've grown in my heart. Like I have every right to be bitter. I have every right to be miserable. I have every right to be hateful. I have every right to be. Yeah, I do. I have valid reasons to be like that, but I'm not. You know, I'm not, because I love the way life feel when my heart posture is in alignment with the goals that I have set for myself. I don't know. I just love life, you know, and I love a challenge. Like I eat a challenge up for breakfast, you know. I'm not afraid to go through anything. I'm not afraid of difficult situations, because I know true soldiers are developed in the dark. I don't know. I just have a different view, I guess. I don't know, y'all. I hate I didn't really have a topic today. I think next week I will though. Since everything is back on track or whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold y'all on tonight. Okay. I'm not holding y'all on tonight. My skin all glossy and oily, and glittery. Y'all got this little fit from TikTok. I did my makeup. It's cute, whatever. I'm gonna thinking about coloring my hair a different color, y'all. I think I'm gonna do like I think I want to do like brown. I don't know. It's like I'm turning 30 or whatever, so it's like, girl, all responsible and shit. I don't want to do anything color, like too much color though. Like, but I want it to be like extreme. Mm-mm. I love my makeup though. It's cute. Oh, that episode of what episode was that? I forgot what episode that was, but I was so mad, y'all, because I recorded the full video, and then when I went back to replay, half of my makeup was cut off like right here. I was like, "Now, girl, fuck it, it's too late." It's too late. They gotta see it anyway. They gotta see it anyway. It's too late. I posted it already. And I was not about to re-record either. No, it's not happening. No. Damn, y'all got the collard green orange. LOL. Yeah, I am working on my eating habits though. Like I've been saying this for a minute, but like I'm really like ready. I've been talking about it a lot. Usually what I do is if I give myself like 3 months to talk, if I keep saying the same thing for 3 months, then by that fourth month, I'm gonna do it because I didn't prep my mind up for it. So I've been talking about the high protein, low calorie diet for the past couple months or whatever. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start this month of April because yeah, I don't want to have the collard green arms. I don't want the collard green arms, y'all. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it right here though. Um, even though I really didn't say much today, um, just to reflect on everything that I did say though, I think I talked a lot about like business etiquette and how the mind frame and the mindset that you need to have when it comes to running your business and understanding the process of running a business because it is a process. There are levels to the shit and the mind frame that you need to have in the good times and the tough times. Okay. I'm gonna end it with saying trust the process, y'all. Trust the process. You start your business, don't give up on it. You know, give it your all. When I tell you your all, go all in. All in. You all in. Ain't no plan B's. Ain't no plan C's unless you just like you working on different projects and you want to start other things too, you know? But when it comes to that one business that you just know gonna make sense, oh hell no. You take it to the next level. I'm telling you. Take it to the next level. Take it. Go for it. Do your research. Study everything you need to study on that one thing. Take it to the next level and become the person that you need to be. Yeah, people not gonna like the fact that you growing and people not gonna like the fact that you taking that shit to the next level. Fuck them. They need to grow themselves. One thing I hate is when people judge somebody for becoming better. But you're gonna have that. You're gonna have that a lot. When you start to take this shit serious and you start to take growth serious and you growing, you taking your business to the next level, a lot of people are not gonna like you because you're doing it. I'm just letting you know. They're gonna hate you for it. But don't give a fuck, you know. Stand on business. Become unbothered. You have to be so unbothered that it irritates their fucking soul. Okay? They need to be like, oh, when you walk in the room, okay? You need to be unbothered because this is your life. This is your brand. This is your business. We don't care what they talking about. What are they doing? Are they contributing? No. Are they living a lifestyle that you desire? No. So they opinion don't matter. So take your business to the next level. Do not give up on it. Give it your all. Give it your all, man. You know, um, give it your all. And invest in the things that's going to increase, that's going to grow your mind frame. What I used to do, I used to listen to a lot of like Les Brown. Les Brown is a motivational speaker. And guess what, y'all? He's a motivational speaker, famous, and he's dyslexic. Look at that. He's neurodivergent. Look at that. Eric Thomas, neurodivergent, ADHD. Um, who else? I used to listen to, I think it's called the Motivational Room. I think that's what it is on YouTube. But saying this to say, guys, you can listen to motivational videos every morning, every night. You need to stop listening to like rap music all the time and you need to change it from rap music to high frequency music. You need to, not saying that you need to, I'm just giving you a suggestion. Okay. You can try out Afro beats. That's what I do. I love Afro beats. You can listen to crunk music. I like crunk music. Crunk music make me ready. Like it gets me ready. I'm talking about like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Okay. I'm talking about Yin Yang Twins and Lil Scrappy. Lil Wayne mixtape era. That's what I'm talking about. Like you want to listen to things that's going to fuel you up, make you amp up to hit your goals, make you amp up to do what you love to do. That's what I'm saying. Like everything that you do outside of your brand, it needs to surround your brand. Okay. What else? What else? Um, yeah, and go low key. Go low key. If you ain't like super popular, well, I can't say that. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I want it to make sense. Um, go low key for a while. Go ghost. You want to be working in the shadows for a little while. Go ghost. Then pop out. You want people to see your results. You don't want people to see you. Like you don't want people to see you at every event, every week, at every club, every week. No, fuck no. You wasting your presence. A real one knows how important frequency and presence really is. Your presence is your currency. Okay? You need to go low key for a minute, go ghost for a minute, work in the shadows, but let your results do the talking. Okay? You don't need to be flashy. You don't need to be out here flexing everything that you got. No, you becoming a target by doing that. Keep it low key. Um Yeah, and get comfortable with being that way too. Get comfortable with being low key. Get comfortable with being a ghost. Get comfortable with working behind the scenes for a little while. Um, and yeah, I think that's it, guys. But I just want you guys to understand how important it is to just be delusional about what it is that you got going on, and y'all don't be judging people because y'all don't know what people really had to go through to be who they is today. You don't know what trials and tribulations those people had to go through to just make it. Everybody was dealt different cards, all right? Everybody's different. Nobody's the same. Just because you have support, that don't mean that person have support. But y'all still at the same destination. You just did it. It was easier for you. It was harder for them. All right. Um, Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok. Okay, my TikTok is growing. Check me out. You can add me on Instagram. My Instagram is like growing slow, but my TikTok growing fast. Okay, but follow me on Instagram. Run it up. You can also follow my at my Facebook group. It'll be attached to my description bar. And you guys can follow me on Twitter too. I really don't be on Twitter like that, but whatever, whatever. Whatever we got to do, we gonna do it. Okay. Other than that, guys, I think that's it. Yeah, y'all stay up. It ain't no plan B's. We all in. All right. I love y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right.